Yo, what's up? It's Murk. Welcome to Playground Conversations. Well, I grew up a lot around the GTA, mainly within Scarborough and Durham, just moving back and forth. How it shaped me to who I am today, I'd say just by just going, just honestly, I moved through a lot of different schools, and so when you have to just be the new guy over and over and over. I went from being the class clown to being one of the more quiet, reserved people that only really speaks when like he's asked something well, I will still be cracking jokes and shit like that, but like I'm just not out there just like, flicking pencil erasers and shit like that, you know what I mean? But yeah, just I want to say just traveling and moving a lot and having to be in a lot of different environments and just having to survive. Sheesh. It definitely had its ups and definitely had its downs. During high school, particularly, that's when I really got into dance, particularly breakdancing. And I was in grade 9. I met a dude named Andrew Harper. He was like grade 11, grade 12, and he was already a breakdancer. And he kind of showed me the community around Toronto and all the little like breakdance sessions and classes, and that's really where I spent a lot of my time. Not really socializing with people at school, just outside and meeting people from around Toronto who also like to dance and stuff like that. And why it sucked at high school was because I got picked on for breakdancing. Like, that is like, who picks on somebody for breakdancing? You know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, like, in current times, a lot of the people that I guess picked on me for my passion, they're trying to show love now, so it all comes full circle at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So yeah, I want to say the biggest lesson I've learned growing up is just to speak your mind. Regardless of if it aligns with other people's beliefs, just kind of get it out there, and because your opinion does matter at the end of the day, and you don't want to get walked over, stepped over, disrespected. And so just be a voice and speak up. If you feel like you've been done wrong, it doesn't matter if like what the outcome may be. Maybe you may lose some friends, some relationships, but just, put that shit out there into the universe for real, for real. That's probably the biggest lesson I've ever learned, for real. Yeah. So yeah, the name Vile Murk, I shit you not, it's thesaurus.com. Like I literally like thesaurus.com did. It's literally the translation is, so Vile Murk literally means unpleasant darkness. And so because when I first started like really I guess taking music seriously, what made me want to make music was a lot of like the Tyler the Creators, the Earl Sweatshirts, and their stuff is really dark, or at least at the beginning of their careers, which is what I was inspired by, is like the early Odd Future stuff. And so the stuff that I was rapping on was like super dark beats, and like I was getting into like fictional topics and just like fictional stories. And so yeah, Vile Murk, dirty dude, just over those dirty dark ass beats. And I just kept the name, it's tatted on me and shit, so it's like it's for life, you know what I'm saying? It's not going nowhere. And the music that I make now, I still get a little dark, whatever, but at the end of the day, I guess I kind of grew into the name. I'd have to say. When did I start rapping? Honestly, if you want to go to the very, very beginning, like before I took it seriously, I'd say I wrote my first 16 when I was like maybe like 6 years old. Mainly because like my brother, he's also a producer, and he's like 11 years older than me. And so imagine I'm like a little kid and he's in the basement, all you just hearing these 808s just like blaring loud as fuck, and like I can't go down there because he's probably having a session with somebody. And I guess FL Studio, because of my brother's always been on my family computer, so I remember being really, really young, like on like one of the early versions of FL Studio, just kind of fucking around, not knowing what I'm doing. But I eventually got into music on my own, mainly because of like Odd Future, Tyler the Creator. Like that was a huge influence, just even on my style. Like like I started copying Supreme and Hawaiian shirts and shit like that. And so he was a huge influence on me, even wanting to start rapping and like searching up tight beats that sound like shit that I heard that I loved and just rapping to it. And so yeah, that was a huge reason why I started rapping. And so I started producing maybe I want to say like 3 years after I started rapping. So at first I was rapping over other people's beats, but eventually what it really was for me is, that so a lot of people, they put like the song title brackets prod by that person. I'm like, I wanted to cut that shit out, you know what I mean, and just own 100% of what I'm putting out there. And so that was a huge kicker for me to start producing for myself. And yeah, it's weird because I don't read music. I can't, like, I don't know what I'm doing either on Logic. Like, I just, all these plugins, like, bro, like, I drag and drop into like alchemy, and I just figure shit out, twist knobs, whatever works for me. But all these tutorials and all that shit, I don't know, bro. I just figured out, it's just, but yeah. So honestly, I've been producing since, I want to say, mid 2017, 2018 till now. And yeah, my style production wise it's just gotten more full. I'd say it was kind of skeletal at first. Now it's a lot more emotion behind it, I'd say. Okay. I've been skateboarding. So here's the timeline. So I was in high school breakdancing, right? I end up really injuring my back in, like, I want to say 11th grade. And so I was kind of just bedridden, just kind of trying to focus on getting my strength back, like in my lower back and stuff like that. And I was told that I can't just do that. I have to stay active. I have to actually get out there and move my body and, like, just to get that strength back. And so skating was kind of that for me. At first I was just cruising around. This had to be maybe like grade 12 when I really, really started skating like that. Yeah, I started just cruising around, eventually started landing kickflips, shove-its, really basic shit. I can't, like, no 20 stairs, bro. Just basic cruising around, shit like that. But yeah, honestly, again, with the Tyler, the Creator shit, that was another thing that I was influenced by, is the skate culture that he was kind of the introduction to for me. And even, like, I guess Pharrell was that for him or whatever, with the ice cream skate team, and just watching skate videos, and playing Skate 3 at home on the 360. That was huge for me. Still to this day, I'm waiting for Skate 4. Hopefully that drops soon. But yeah, man, I want to say just since high school. And yeah, I'm not no pro, but I do want to shoot a skate video maybe next summer with a bunch of my friends that skate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right, yeah. Top 3 off rip: Tyler the Creator, Kanye West, and the third, that's when it starts to get tricky. But I guess I want to say maybe Pharrell. Maybe, sheesh. That's it's a hard one, but top 2 for sure: Tyler and Kanye West. And I guess I'm inspired by a certain time period within their careers. I don't mess with everything that they do, all of their opinions, but it's mainly like a certain year in time that I'm really inspired by. And yeah. So Debris, why I named the album Debris, honestly, just because the music was so raw and so just dirty, nasty, just I'm talking my shit, and like, just on top of that, it is kind of a rough reference to my mom's name. Her name's Deborah Brisbane, so I just kind of took the first three letters, and it just kind of worked, And yeah, my mixtape before that, Not a Dumb Kid, that the cover art was a arts and craft project that I made for my mom for Mother's Day in, like, grade 2. And so that worked out for that. It's just, I keep bringing my mom into this shit, you know what I mean? And so, but yeah, Debris, the concept behind it, honestly, at a certain point, it was supposed to be a 7-track EP. But I went through a lot of hard times, like relationship shit, and so I had a lot to get off my chest, more than 7 songs worth. And what I ended up doing is just talking about that. A lot of the songs were made, like, as I was still going through it, like in the relationship, because I kind of felt like it was coming to an end. So I was kind of getting those thoughts off in my music. And then after the post, it was like, I'm heartbroken. Then it was the fuck this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Then it was like, it's kind of a reflection of where I'm at now and kind of looking back on that time, uh, because this is really a COVID album. This was something that was it started like late 2019 into COVID, and that's when I had a lot of time to be at home and be in my head and kind of just create. I ended up investing in myself and buying a mic and just a whole setup at home and basically shipping off stems to my engineer, and that's when Debris was in the progress of being made. And uh, so yeah, this is like a 4 year long process, and I'm glad to be putting it out soon. And yeah, it's just a lot of real life shit. You know, like I was saying, like the stuff that I make, it's exact projection of where I'm at currently in my life. And yeah, I love putting that shit into the music because a lot of people can relate to that stuff, you know?
Alright, I love that.
I mean, honestly, I want to say for a person that's, you know, in a situation that I used to be in where, like, it's a relationship going sour, going south, I want to say, like, yo, like, just, this is some real shit. Just don't do nothing stupid, you know what I mean? Like, you know, but at the same time, like, do what your heart says to do, you know, but don't be out here looking dumb. Don't be having other people, like, you know, if it's like outside drama with other dudes, other human beings involved, just, yo, step back. Don't be trying to fight no dude over a girl that's trying to step out on you anyway. You know what I mean? And you know, it's stuff like that. And like, yeah, just but honestly, just do what your heart says is right. You know, put the pride to the side and don't let that get in the way of something that might have been meant to be. You know, because at the end of the day, it's hard to say it, but everyone does make mistakes. And so, you know, maybe a mistake that person that you're in a relationship may make may be like the be all end all of everything. But you know, maybe if you're actually capable of moving past that, like, you know, pursue it. But if like that thing that happened was too big of a thing for you to move past, just, you know, walk away, man. Because like at the end of the day, there's so much more fish in the sea, and it's like, just go outside, bro. Like, the world's open. It's like so many attractive, beautiful people out there. You don't need this one person to hold you back, bro. So, and that's coming from me. I've been through it all. So, yeah. Jeez. Okay. Off rip. Well, Shrapnel already has a video technically, but expect a Brother Man video. Expect a Pretty video. You know, I definitely want to do visuals that may not be official videos for other songs as well. So expect a lot of visuals in general, you know? Some official, some, you know, maybe just IG content, but, you know, we're coming with it. That's all you gotta know, trust me. And, you know, there's more music to follow because, you know, 4 years, come on, I got more than 14 tracks, so just know, we got more. That's a good question. So, the impact I want my music to have on other people is, well, I kind of want to be what Tyler was for me for the next generation. And I want to be what Pharrell was for Tyler for that previous generation. I want to be what, you know, Q-Tip and the Tribe Called Quest was for Pharrell for the generation before that, you know? And so I want, you know, the people that support me and follow me to just know that I want them to just be open. I feel like I promote a lot of just being honest and just being transparent. Like I want them to do that, you know, because I feel like if you're a fan of me, like, you're a fan of yourself. And at the same time, like, honesty is the best policy, bro. And that's the most relatable. That's the most relatable shit, you know, because everybody wants to talk about how much guns they got. Everybody wants to talk about how much, you know, ops they got and how they're fucking all these other people's bitches and all that stuff. But nobody wants to talk about, like, the shit that they feel at like 3 a.m. when, like, they're deep in thought and, like, all they have is, like, what they've been kind of brushing off to the side because they have to keep up this hard image. You know what I mean? And so, but don't get it twisted. We mosh pit too. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a mix of both. And I just, at the end of the day, I just want, you know, the people that support me and have love for me to just be themselves. Yeah.
I walked in halfway on.
So if I were to have any superpower of all time, it's teleportation. Literally, I feel like if I were to have teleportation, I wouldn't have to sleep. You know what I mean? Because like, I can just be at work and then teleport home, be working on music, be chilling, whatever. And then when they need me, I just teleport back, bro. Like, no, I don't need a car. I don't need anything. Like, time doesn't matter. You know?
Tomorrow,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you can meet anybody. You can be in LA like that. Like honestly, teleportation. Like, fuck fly. People would say flying, but it's like, bro, flying. Like, I don't. Sheesh, top 3 TV shows of all time. Jeez, off rip, I'll say Smart Guy. I'm a Family Channel kid, grew up in that era, so like Smart Guy for sure. Sheesh, maybe like Proud Family, number 2. And these are all off the top of the dome. I'll say like Zoe 101 or That's So Raven, but yeah, Zoe 101 because I always wanted that campus life and just by the water, you know, all that stuff. And they were like in high school, like living on campus. This is weird. Like, what the fuck, you know? But yeah, the last one is in between Zoe 101 and That's So Raven because that's just shit that like I'll even reference that shit in my music. You know what I mean? And that had that much of an imprint on my coming of age, I guess. So yeah.
I love that.
Oh, okay, yeah. I got this. So if I were to go back to any time period, what would it be? It would definitely have to be like grade 11 or 10 when I initially fucked up my back. Like that lower back too, so that's like your core of everything that you do. And it's crazy because I messed up my back playing soccer in gym class. So I would have just like not been that I would have just chilled on the side that day instead. And because I'm still dealing with the pain, right? Like, you know, it's been like, you know, 5+ years. And so if anything, you know, fuck all that girl, you know, drama and like, you know, all that stuff is just so not, it doesn't matter. But like my lower back, that shit, like I would go back and be like, hey, like just take a breather. You don't have to chase this ball that hard, you know? Yeah, for sure. Yo, this is Vile Murk. Yo, this has been Playground Bars. Hey, yo, Debris, my album, self-produced album, is coming November 24th. Yo, everywhere. Just be on the look because it's one of those ones. Yeah.